Hey guys, welcome back to Coming Soon. This is the show we talk about all the films releasing in theaters and we rate them according to our anticipation level. I'm your host, Amy Rose, going to kick things off and introduce you to my wonderful panel, starting with the lovely Maud Garrett.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. Let's talk some movies. Nice hat, by the way, I like it.
Oh, thanks.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. And the wonderful Christian Harloff.
Nice dinosaur, Maud.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on, guys? Can't wait to talk about some of these upcoming movies.
And also the wonderful gent over there, David Griffin.
I'm excited as well. I don't have any good impressions I can do, so I'm just excited to be here.
All right, there you go. You're Superman. You don't
Nice
need impressions.
Nightcrawler as well, by the way.
Thank you.
And Superman.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Wow, we're so complimentary this
It's
episode.
Nightcrawler meets Portal, gamer.
Oh, it is
wow.
too.
Amazing
It
game,
is.
too.
Great game. All right, jumping in. So before we go ahead and reveal the films releasing this Friday, we're going to go over the rating system again, starting with not interested, a 1, 2, you're curious, 3, you're seeing it, 4, opening weekend, and 5, you're camping out, you couldn't be more excited. Starting with Pitch Perfect 2. This is Elizabeth Banks' directorial debut. Of course, she produced and was a co-star in the first film. Anna Kendrick, Rebel Wilson return, and newcomer Haley Steinfeld also joining the roster. This one focuses on a college a cappella group called the Barden Bellas, who enter into an international competition that no American team has ever won before. You aka believe it. I'm going to go ahead and start this one because I have no shame whatsoever in the fact that I am going to camp out for this movie. I sing, I play guitar, I write music. When you combine two of my favorite things ever, which is film and music, I am in. This film was so timely and hilarious. The dialogue was ridiculous. It was raunchy. The cast was so good. I saw this movie and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I had no idea what to expect. I like Anna Kendrick. I like Elizabeth. Whatever. And I was laughing in the theater, rolling with laughter. It was nonstop. And it was so clever. And you don't really see that a lot. Again, full female roster. We had some of the workaholic dudes. Like, it was such a classic film. I love that Elizabeth Banks is stepping behind the film. The lens behind this one, she was a big part of the first one. I loved her character, Gail, in it too. Ridiculous. And so I thought it was good. Not to mention, all these people have great voices. So it hits on every note that I wanted to. So I'm camping out, baby. Maud?
I'm not going to camp out, but I am going to give it a 4 opening weekend. I do love Elizabeth Banks, especially in this first movie. Oh, her character is divine. So the fact that she is going to direct this one, I'm so behind. From what I've seen, Brittany Snow has taken a huge step back. She hardly even got airtime in the trailer, where it was her kind of Anna Kendrick the first time, with Rebel Wilson just providing the comedic laughs. Now it just seems to be the Rebel show. I know that she's great and she's really like doing big things, not only for Australians, but for body image, et cetera, et cetera. But I feel like her jokes, you just can't rely on them the entire movie. They're kind of, it's like, you know, a seasoning on your food. You just can't go over the top because then it'll taste bad. Is that a good analogy? Probably not, but it's one that I've just said. In saying that though, yeah, I'm down for this one, opening weekend. So I'm going to see you in line, jump in with you, and then we'll go sing it together.
Perfect. Christian?
I'm seeing it, and I think that I agree with you, Maud, 100%. I'm worried about so much focus on Rebel Wilson because what was great about this first movie is, like you said, Amy Rose, it was unexpected. There were no expectations whatsoever going to this movie. There are expectations now because the first one was so fun, and it was funny, and it was charming, and it wasn't just silly jokes. It had a story to it, and you felt good watching it. Now, if you have Rebel Wilson as just because she is a comedy star, we talked about this last week. It's the same thing she does over and over again. And like Maud said, when you do that for too long, it will get tiresome. What you've seen so far in the trailers has been funny. Like the stuff with Adam Levine has been great so far with the winks and all that stuff. I don't know how much it's going to focus on her. And if they do focus on her, are we going to get more backstory and not just jokes? That I'd be okay with. If we learn more about her character and she actually shows some acting too. But this movie's going to be fun. And because of Elizabeth Banks and what she's going to do, because she is this is near and dear to her, it's seeing it for me.
David?
I will be a 2. I'm curious because I've heard such good things, such positive, reviews about this. It's a franchise now. It's a second movie. It's a franchise. So I'm curious. I really like Rebel Wilson.
Did you see the first film?
I did not. So I don't want to judge it too harsh or anything because I don't want to say it looks interesting. I do like Anna Kendrick ever since Up in the Air. I'm a huge fan of hers. Rebel Wilson, I didn't like Michael Bay's Pain and Gain, Rebel Wilson was funny next to The Rock. I liked her. She just seems to draw me in every time I see her. You just laugh when you see her. It's like looking at Chris Rock. You start laughing as soon as they show up on camera. So I am curious. Now I want to go back and watch the first one and see this one.
I definitely agree with Rebel Wilson, though. Like, I love her, but she is a one-trick pony, and I hope they don't take it away because part of the power is the ensemble.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so good. I love the addition of Haley. I think she's really talented. I have never really seen her comedic chops, so that's really intriguing to me. But I love that most of the gang is back and just their witty banter and dialogue between it, plus good music. I'm in, but I agree. I hope they don't just use Rebel as the anchor. So we shall see. I don't think Banks is going to let us down. These girls could turn me. So good. All right. Next, we have another good one, Mad Max Fury Road. George Miller is back to give us a new rendition of the franchise he made so beloved and popular. Tom Hardy is taken over for Mel Gibson in this one as Mad Max. Charlize Theron and Nicholas Hoult also star. This one is set in a post-apocalyptic world in which people fight to the death. Max teams up with the mysterious woman, Furiosa, to try and survive. Christian, let's start with you.
Oh, what a lovely, lovely day. I can't wait. This is a camp out, hands down, camp out, camp out, camp out. I am so excited for the return of Mad Max. It has all the elements for me as a super fan. Like, I'm a big Tom Hardy fan. I'm a big Charlize Theron fan. George Miller coming back, bringing back his... This is his. This is his. And it's not a prequel. It's just another story about Max. This is going to, and what I've seen so far in the trailer, and because you talk about, from what we're hearing is that Charlize Theron's role is something big. And to see her, she's just such a powerful actress in general. And to see her in this world, to what George Miller has painted, I hope everyone goes and sees this movie. I hope everyone's camping out so we can talk about other George Miller movies online as we camp out.
David?
Camp out for me all the way. This is my most anticipated film behind Star Wars this year.
Okay, I was going to ask you to leave in a second.
I know. So I realized that Avengers came out a few weeks ago. It's a huge movie, but this is even above that, just because I feel like with Avengers, I kind of know what I'm going to get. This one, I want to see, and I can't wait. I love it. Like just the look of it. A lot of practical effects. Nicholas Hoult saying "lovely day," all that. It looks amazing. I'm excited to see it.
Molly?
I didn't even know that was Nicholas Hoult. I had
Yeah.
no idea. That is
Yeah.
just like, well, I am camping out. I am like so I was camping out before, but now I'm like die hard. I'm going to set up a tent and have popcorn. Look, the practical effects in this one are what does it for me. It is visually stunning, and they kind of speed up some of the roles sometimes as well with these fight sequences to get like a kind of a rush effect. George Miller is just putting his spin on this, and I think this is going to be a movie that we just haven't really seen before, even though we've seen Mad Max a couple of times, but this is like the modern day spin on it, and it's going to look fantastic. Gamer talk just for a second. There's a game called Borderlands, and especially Borderlands 2, where it has this kind of feel where you're out in the desert, it's post-apocalyptic, and you've got these vehicles and it's kind of rampant and raging. It reminds me a lot of that, which is a very, very good sign because Borderlands 2 is an amazing game. But now back into movie talk. This is a kind of movie that I have a feeling we're going to forget to breathe when we're watching it. It's going to be so fast-paced and it's going to drag you through this story, like, pulling you by the neck that, you're going to have to see it again just to kind of let it sink in and do it at your own pace. All about it. So, yes.
It's beautiful chaos.
Exactly. I'm also camping out. This was on my most anticipated list before I even saw the trailers. That it literally looked like apocalyptic dance of beauty and mayhem and destruction, and it's just gorgeous. Everyone I know who have seen this, Schnepp included, my WB friends, have lost their minds to it. They said it is incredible. I love Charlize. I love Holt. I love Hardy. I mean, he could do no wrong in my eyes. And this is just perfect, and it's so rare for a creator of a universe like this to have another take with the technical, logical advancements of today and to be able to improve on that story. It's insane to me. I saw Road Warrior on the big screen at South by Southwest. I lost my mind. I'm just so excited. And George Miller he has such a grasp on this industry and where he needs to go with this. I'm just freaking out. I mean, talk about diversity. Pitch Perfect and Mad Max. I'm equally as excited for them. I'm super stoked. All right, moving on. Where Hope Grows is our next film. Director Chris Dowling is at the helm for this one. It stars Kerr Smith and Danica McKellar. It revolves around a self-destructive former pro ball player who is given a serious lesson in living life with courage when he befriends a grocery store clerk with Down syndrome. Maud, let's start with you.
When I first started watching this trailer, I just felt it was just falling into every cliche, and it was like so predictable. Kind of remind me a little bit of the feeling of Friday Night Lights, where it's like, it's all about the sport. Then you've got this father who's, is a drunk and is a disappointing dad. But then it was like, boom, twist. There's a curveball, pun intended, because it's baseball. This kid who works at the grocery store, they have this unlikely friendship, and it is so refreshing and beautiful and enlightening that it's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this, but I'm really excited about it. And I think that this is a beautiful thing. I think especially having someone with Down syndrome in the movie who's actually kicking butt. He's really fun and great and just full of life, that I think that people who have a lot of familiarity with Down syndrome would actually really appreciate this, because it is raising a lot of awareness and touching on something that we just don't see day to day. So I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to watch this one.
I'm going curious because the reason I agree with you, Ma, that a lot of the trailer I was feeling those cliche moments, and majority of the trailer I felt a lot of those cliche moments, but the relationship with the kid is why I do want to see it, and mostly because of him. The acting doesn't look so great for the most part. He looks great, but there was some line, something along the lines of, it was, you feel sorry for him? No, I feel sorry for you. And I'm like, Yeah. So I don't know about the dialogue and the story. When you hear it, is beautiful, obviously, and you want this movie to work. It just doesn't have me at seeing it yet, but I could see the movie and go, hey, I'm changing my mind.
David?
I don't know. I have to give it a 3. I kind of go 2.5, almost in between. I agree with some of the, like I said, some of the lines, some of the a little bit cliche maybe, but I think there's something, even though it's not the whole story, about sports in general. It just kind of has that. I don't know. It just has that uplifting feeling. It can just mesmerize you, and just it can captivate you. And sometimes you get maybe too many stories like that. We see it over and over again. So you have ESPN all the time. But this looks like something like it could be different, even if the dialogue maybe isn't that great. I feel like just the story alone could move it forward. So I'm going to do 3. I'm seeing it.
I'm also going to do 3, seeing it. I agree with awareness. Down syndrome affects so many people. It's really important to build awareness, because a lot of people don't really know what it affects. And I am a sucker for inspiring sports tales, and the tale of the destructive ball player who's trying to make it right, makes amends with a friendship like that. It's an unlikely pairing. I think it's going to be filled with a lot of heart. I agree. First trailer, I was like, yeah, I don't want you to be like, cue tears now. I don't want that feeling. But I think that there's enough heart in the story that it could turn out to be a really important tale. So yeah, for now it's a 3. All right, moving on to our last film of the week, Every Secret Thing. Amy Berg is directing this one. It stars Diane Lane, Elizabeth Banks, and Dakota Fanning. A detective looks to unravel a mystery surrounding missing children and the prime suspects, 2 young women who 7 years ago were put away for an infant's death. Heavy. David, let's start with you. 1, not interested. 5, camp out.
I'm doing 4, opening weekend. Just like an impressive cast, some of the scenes. I don't know where the movie's going to go. I think it could be really good. I think it could be, I don't know, but I mean, just seeing, Elizabeth Banks and Diane Lane, the stare down between like the mom and just I mean that's probably worth the price of admission right there. And Dakota Fanning looks creepy.
Yeah.
And her sister, the other girl, looks creepy too. Everybody just looks really scary, and you just don't know, like, are they innocent? Is something else we're not seeing? Are they guilty? I'm interested in unraveling this mystery. A lot of kids going missing. Child 44.
Yeah.
A lot of stories about missing kids. So I'm number 4 for sure. Seeing this.
Maud?
I'm only 3. This is something that I will watch, just not straight away. Looking at the cast, I was like, oh, this is going to be a fun flick. Yeah, like thinking of Pitch Perfect with Elizabeth Banks, and then I watched the trailer and it's like, gah. This is really heavy-hitting stuff. And actually, it reminded me when I went down a Reddit hole where it was all about psychotic children who had sociopathic tendencies. And I was reading about all these stories about these girls that would kill their friends in school. And it's like, yeah, it's deep and it's really kind of confronting. So it's kind of like, this is what the movie kind of reminded me of. And I think that it's going to go down some dark paths here. So that's why I'm not rushing to the movies to see it. But it's definitely something like, I love Law & Order SVU. And obviously that's a very sugar-candied version of what this movie is. But it's something that, yeah, I will watch it. I'm just not going to head there.
Theater.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing it. This cast alone deserves our attention, I think, and that poster is really terrifying with the stroller turned over. I think this sounds like a very different role for all of them. Dakota Fanning's really been taking a lot of indie films after we saw her in the public eye for so many years, and I really admire that she wanted to really show her range, and she's been kind of out of the limelight. Effie Gray, I mean, she's really taking risks with her career. I think this is going to be we're going to forget about Twilight. That didn't even really happen. But I just think that this has I love murder mysteries, and this has that creepy layer of just like complete devastation around children and parents, and just like, it's got a lot that kind of Prisoners effect as well. So I'm really intrigued for sure. Christian?
Yeah, I'm going seeing it as well, and I absolutely got a Prisoners vibe from it when I was watching the trailer. And I think the main reason I'm giving a seeing it for 3 is because of the cast involved, and because you can really see that this is going to be a dynamic cast for all sides, the evil, the good, I mean, even the in between, everything there. I think that more on Maud's side, to where I don't necessarily think that I would rush out and go and pay for a ticket because, oh man, I got to see that movie because I have a daughter. Oh, yeah, I have a daughter. I don't. It's so right. So that being said, the filmmakers behind it, I know that I'm going to watch it. I'll probably be in for a good film. I just hope it ends well and not. I mean, because Prisoners, I don't want to spoil things, but anyway, it has the potential to be something special.
Can we just say like about Common? The guy can act.
Yeah,
I almost forgot he's a rapper. I mean, of course, I have his album, so I know he can rap, but he's a good actor.
Yeah,
he's really a good actor.
And I think Nate Parker, I'm surprised he didn't get a Marvel job.
I love Nate Parker.
Sorry, that's
Beyond the Lights. I loved him in that.
Me too.
He's got this movie called Nat Turner about a story about Nat Turner. You know, the slave revolution coming out soon. So I mean, I think he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
He's one of my favorites.
I love him.
That was one of the main selling points for me, because I've been calling for that guy to be in a Marvel film forever, and like he was also in the one with Richard Gere not too long ago that Richard Gere was nominated for. You know where I'm going with this, but he was. That was the standout, and absolutely, Nate Parker's a phenomenal talent.
All-star cast, guys. All right, we're gonna cut it right here. Thanks so much for joining us for another Coming Soon. I'd like to thank my wonderful panel, starting with Miss Maud Garrett.
Hey guys, thanks for having me again. I'm on social media. Just search Maud Garrett. 2 R's, 2 T's. What?
Christian Harloff.
Arbitrage.
There we go.
I am on Christian Harloff on both Twitter and Instagram and Periscope. I guess I'm going to do that now too.
Wow.
And make sure you watch AMC Jedi Council every Thursday with myself, Maud Garrett, and John Kent.
I liked Arbitrage.
Me too.
That was a solid
I loved
film.
it.
David Griffin, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me. I'm always David Griffin on Twitter at GriffinDE.
How complicated.
When you're not.
Mystery man.
And I'm Amy Rose. You can find me at Amy Rose at the various social channels. Like, subscribe, you know the deal, and let us know which films are camp out for you, not interested, and everything in between makes it all much more fun for us. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you soon.